RAF Land Rover, and I'm sure all the Land Rover owners around here will be able to tell everybody much more than I can.
Beautifully restored Rapide. I've actually sat in this. It is immaculate from the front to the back. 27 years restored.
Two contrasting engine notes, a pair of 200 horsepower de Havilland Gypsy 6s on the Rapide, two Armstrong Siddeley Cheetahs of 420 horsepower each on the Anson. Division of Scottish Airways, who used it for scheduled services and ambulance flights. And many Royal Navy personnel would have flown on this very aircraft in the markings that it today carries in wartime. Not least personnel from the then very secret naval base at Scapa Flow. And so secret was Scapa Flow at that time that this aircraft would have operated with the windows whited out. In the course, as John explained, of a 27-year rebuild undertaken at Duxford.
The younger ones to survive. It's here in its new livery for the RAF 100 and looks very nice indeed.
Numbers of those aircraft were impressed, as it was known, into RAF service on the outbreak of war. Then in excess of 500 more were built specifically as military dominies. They were used for training radio operators and for light transport use. Most of the ones the Fleet Air Arm used were ex-RAF. They had 66 in all from 1940 onwards. Some of them were flown themselves as air ambulances, and a few carried on into the 1950s as communications and light transport aircraft. mixes in with the Dragon Rapide. I always enjoy seeing Mark display the Rapide here in particular, because he's been coming here since he was a kid and inspired Rapide in a very spirited display here, cranking it round the turn. And that was in Mark's mind when, I think 2015, he displayed.
Anson undercarriage. One up. Another first for the Anson. I'll let it pass through first.
Even caution the Spitfires under total.
The 1st and 2nd of March 1942, it was an Anson that made the first agent pickup from France. This is before we started operating Lysanders, and you'll see the Lysander later. The aircraft itself was borrowed from a local bomber squadron and painted black for the occasion and returned to the bomber squadron, but on the other side of the airfield, while the pilots slunk off before the bomber squadron could discover who damaged their aircraft. Really came into its own as a communications aircraft and also navigation training. One other use they were put to was in tracking the beams that the German bombers used to bomb aircraft during the Blitz. A place called Nelson, so if you're down that way, have a look and see if you can go and see it. I'm sure they'll welcome you.
About 200 Ansons, albeit earlier marks than the one we've just seen here, were flown by the Fleet Air Arm. They were used for training both in the UK and overseas, also for communications duties. So another machine with a direct Royal Navy connection. In today's show, John Hurrell was flying the aircraft for us, with Claire Tector joining him in the cockpit. As I was saying, the markings those of the station hack at RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire. Hence the RAF Coningsby Station Flight titles down the side. Repainted newly this year. It was previously a blue civilian scene for many years.
Damon and Nimrod from the